Marcus checks his balance on a Sunday night. $1,100. He's been building it for 3 months, skipping things, saying no to things, watching the number climb. 1,100 feels like proof that this time is different. 6 weeks later, the account is at $60. Not because of one thing, never because of one thing. You've seen this before. Maybe you've lived it. You build up a cushion and then something pulls it back down. And you tell yourself it was the car or the trip or the thing that came up. But the thing that comes up always comes up, and the savings always goes back to zero. That's not bad luck. That's a loop. The easy answer is discipline. You didn't want it badly enough. You spent on things you shouldn't have. You need a better budget, a stricter system, a stronger will. That's what the loop looks like from the outside, a failure of effort. And that answer is clean. It's simple. It puts the cause somewhere you can point to. The problem is, it's wrong. Not because discipline doesn't matter. It does. But discipline is not what creates the reset. You can have perfect discipline for 10 weeks and still end up back at zero. Marcus had discipline. He was consistent. He tracked his spending. He said no to things. And he still ended up at $60. If the problem were discipline, Marcus's discipline would have fixed it. It didn't. So the problem is something else. Let me draw this for you. The loop has 4 points. Watch how they connect. The first point is the build. This is Marcus at month 1. He's decided to save. He has a number in his head. Maybe it's $1,000. Maybe it's 3 months of expenses. Maybe it's just more than he had before. He starts moving money in. A little here, a little more the following week. The number goes up. This feels good. This is forward motion. The account becomes evidence that he's different from who he was, that he's handling it now. The number isn't just money, it's identity. That's important. Remember that. The second point is the threshold. There's a number where the account stops feeling empty and starts feeling full. For Marcus, it's around 900. Something shifts at 900. The urgency that was driving the deposits starts to soften. The thing he said no to last month doesn't feel as dangerous to say yes to this month. Because the account is full. Because he has a cushion. Because he's handling it. He doesn't decide to stop saving. He just stops feeling the pressure that made him save in the first place. The behavior that built the cushion was powered by discomfort. The cushion removes the discomfort, which removes the behavior. Watch what happens here. The third point is the leak. This is where people look for the single cause. They want to find the one thing, the dinner, the impulse buy, the unexpected bill that drain the account. But the leak is never one thing. It's the accumulation of small yeses that are now possible because the account feels safe. Marcus says yes to the concert, says yes to the weekend trip, doesn't move money to savings this week because he already has savings. The threshold created permission, and permission is the mechanism. The account doesn't empty dramatically. It empties quietly over 4 to 6 weeks through 100 small decisions that each felt reasonable because the balance said they were. The fourth point is the return. The account hits a number that triggers the original discomfort. Maybe it's $200, maybe it's $80. Whatever number makes Marcus feel like he's back to zero. And that feeling, that specific discomfort, restarts the loop. He decides to save again. He starts building again. He has discipline again, because the pressure is back. The loop isn't a failure, it's a system. It's working exactly as it was designed to work, except it was never designed to build wealth. It was designed to regulate discomfort. Look at where you are right now, not the number, the feeling. If the account is low, you're probably planning to build it up. You have a number in your head. You're in the build phase. If the account is higher than it's been in a while, notice what's different about your behavior this week compared to 3 months ago. Are you still saying no to the same things? Or have some of those no's quietly become yeses? Not because you made a decision, because the pressure changed. That's the recognition. The savings didn't go back to zero because of the expense. The expense was possible because the savings had reached the threshold. The threshold created the permission. The permission created the expense. And the loop reset. The number changed. The pattern didn't. Trace it back far enough and you'll find where it began. This loop usually starts not with money but with a feeling about money, specifically with what safety felt like growing up. If you grew up in a house where money was tight most of the time and then occasionally fine, where the feeling swung between scarcity and relief, you absorbed a definition of financial safety that has a ceiling. Safety is not having a lot. Safety is not having nothing. Safety is that narrow band between panic and comfort. And once you reach it, you stop. Not consciously. The system just doesn't have a signal for more than enough. It only has signals for not enough and okay. Marcus isn't broken. Marcus is running a program that was written for a different environment. An environment where surviving the month was the measure of success. The program is very good at getting him to not have nothing. It keeps returning him to okay. It just has no instructions for what to do past okay. The loop runs on its own. It doesn't need you to make mistakes. It just needs the threshold to do its work. Here is the one thing worth watching. Not changing, watching. Find the number where your behavior shifts. Not your saving behavior, your spending permission. There is a specific balance somewhere in your account where small decisions start to feel different, where a dinner out registers differently than it did 2 months ago, where the word no becomes more negotiable. That number is your threshold. It's not a character flaw, it's a data point. And once you can see it, you can ask a different question. Not how do I save more, but what happens right at this number? And what am I actually responding to when I respond to it? The loop doesn't break by understanding it, but you can't interrupt something you can't see. Now you can see it.